Woo, ladies and gentlemen, let me tell you something. It's the Wicked Gnome Show. Ain't just any old podcast. Oh no, my friends. It's the cream of the crop, the top of the heap, and the best darn podcast in all of the land. Woo! When I'm strutting down the streets, people stop and ask, Dylan, the villain, where do you get your fix for fun and fantasy? And I tell them, without a doubt, it's the Wicked Gnome Show, baby. It's where the magic happens, where the stories unfold, and where the legends are born. Woo! So, if you're tired of these old, boring, mundane podcasts, if you're ready for a wild ride through the realms of high fantasy, then strap yourself in and get ready to shout out loud with the Wicked Gnome Show. It's the podcast that'll make you go oh, louder than ever before. From the first Hello Gnomies to the final see you next time, my magical minions. This podcast will have you hooked like a fish on a line. It's like strapping yourself into a rocket. Here we are, strapping ourselves in again, blasting off into a world of imagination and entertainment. So whether you're a knight, you're a wizard, or just any old regular Joe looking for a good time, the Wicked Gnome Show is where it is at. Do not miss out on the greatest podcast adventure of all time. Get ready to ride the mountain, my friends, because the Wicked Gnome Show is going to take you on a thrill ride you won't soon forget. Amen.
That was the most beautiful thing I've ever heard in my life.
We're going on a trip in our favorite rocket ship.
Man, welcome back, my friend.
Welcome back.
Oh, it has been
Forever.
forever. We
But
started
it's
this
been
podcast.
But it's been no time at all at the same
I
time.
know. We started this podcast, what, a year ago?
Something like that.
Yeah, we released our first episode like a year ago.
Yeah.
And it's kind of wild to think about where we've come and what we've done. We did so much in such a
We
short
did.
span of time, and then I had a child,
I
and
know.
that was crazy. And I have thoroughly thrown myself into fatherhood, but I'm happy to be back. Things are getting a little bit normal. We're cruising, and we're on to season 2, boys
We
and
are.
girls, and everything in between. We love you. We know you. We're old Greg, and we're Wicked Gnome. Smoothie brain. So, Dylan,
In
what are we talking about?
honor of an episode, I got some snacks and a soda. I got
Absolutely.
Dr. Pepper and cream soda
Yes.
and Twix cookie dough. We'll see if it's not just Twix reskinned, you know.
I bet it is.
But
The creamy, yeah.
I also went pretzels Reese's.
Pretzel chocolate peanut butter combo.
I love
mean,
pretzel and chocolate. It's so
I just love
good.
pretzels, man. They're so good.
Pretzels are great.
I know we talked about this. The creamy Reese's, stay away from. It's literally the exact same thing as regular Reese's. So
yeah, because it's like, do you want crunchy peanut butter or creamy peanut butter? I always prefer creamy peanut butter
yeah,
if I'm making a PB&J, but inside a Reese's that you have to crunch inside, it doesn't matter. It's gonna taste the same.
and that's the thing. It's like, oh yeah, this is just what's normally in Reese's.
Yeah.
So, anyways, yeah, that's delicious. I have an amazing thing. I have so many stories. I cannot wait to tell everybody what I tried recently. But this one also comes from my pal Jesse. He got me some hell energy drink. He got me this in Romania. He travels a lot. And so he got me another thing that I'll get to later. And he got me this also. It says gives you power like hell. So I'm gonna crack this bad boy open and we're gonna see what this is like.
I think not
Um,
only I want to know what it tastes like, but I think I want to know what it just feels like.
oh yeah, I will 100% let you know. I'll text you in like 3 hours and be like, I can't stop crying, and I have a full on erection. It won't go away.
That's what I'm thinking. Like
Yeah.
the devil wants you hard.
That's our new tagline. Gnome Show. The devil wants you hard. All right, let's crack open these bad boys. I have to be really quiet because my child.
I was thinking about this. I was looking at the logo of Dr. Pepper, right? It
Yeah,
says Dr. Pepper, and this is the cream soda version, which I don't think I've ever had,
I
but
love a
I'm
good creamy DP. You know.
yes, yeah, everyone does. Um, but I was looking and thinking like we just like the Dr. Pepper logo and the font is kind of
Yeah,
just something that we like
yeah,
prescribed to, I guess, right
yes.
at Wicked Gnome. And I was just thinking we should just do Wicked Gnome Shoda instead of
That's
soda,
pretty sick.
and Wicked Gnome Shoda.
That's a
I don't
pretty
know,
good idea.
and I think we just slap it over this.
That same font, yeah. Definitely what we should do. We should anytime I have to work on graphics or something, you're just gonna fucking stream in and I'm gonna just share my screen and do it together. And then
That's true.
because that's we gotta maximize time because I got like 14 and a half minutes before everything blows up, you know. So
Yeah,
um Dr. Pepper logo is great, but one thing look at it. One thing that we don't even think about logos, but like look at that. It the doctor is on top and small. The first thing that your eye sees is that P.
the giant swoopy P.
Yeah, so I mean that's kind of weird, right? It looks like pepper
Yeah,
pepper doctor, you know. So, anyways, but it's so many of those are just like in our lexicon. That's why I always love like the Spubby and E free things. You know what I mean? Have
yeah,
you ever seen that? Yeah, just
yeah.
like your brain sees these things and it just doesn't even have to process them. It's seen them so often.
Yeah, it
Um,
just it doesn't
but
matter because we're just so
yeah,
associated with it that like even when you see it wrong, you still know it's right.
yes. I thought you were gonna say even though you see it raw, and I was like, yeah, man, when you just raw dog a logo, you just like
Ugh.
so I did want to briefly address. So Dylan has got full on blue candy energy hosting it up right here, but I did want to address some things technically for the viewers, which is rare because we don't really ever do this. But just want to you'll notice some format changes. We're doing what we can in the time
Trying
of
time.
our Lord 2023 and having a child and I, get her down for a nap and I gotta jump in here. So just bear with us. You're gonna see all sorts of changes. We're just, like I said, we're doing it how we do it here and everything's gonna be great and happy. And I'm ready to try this hell.
Please try it.
It smells like Red Bull.
The only thing that we're missing is I would love to know what color it is. Oh God, for science, I guess.
Honestly, it looks a little bit like Mountain Dew.
Okay.
Yeah, it's kind of like a greeny, almost it
Okay.
really tastes like Red Bull. Um
What's the stats on
I know,
it?
yeah. It's all in Romanian, which is awesome.
Oh, okay.
It says
Except
tutti.
hell.
It literally says D tutti frutti new. Contain
D
alcohol.
D Tutti Frutti New.
Does this contain alcohol? No. Carbohydrate. Protein.
We need a translator.
Oh my god, it's 46 kilocalories. We really do. If anybody speaks Romanian, I'm gonna slap these stats up here. They're all
Wait, did it
sideways
say
too.
kilocalories?
Yeah, it's This is from Romania. So
It's got a QR code on it. You can scan that.
I don't know that I want to, honestly. Yeah, I
Yeah,
mean,
that's
it
true.
tastes. It just it. Imagine a generic energy drink. That's what it tastes like. It's really good, honestly. Like I like it. I feel already pretty wired. So, real quick, the story behind this. My buddy Jesse, he travels a lot. He's you know, he works at a place and he travels a lot. And he goes to Romania sometimes, and he's like, "I got you a present, and I got to give it to you." So he pulls out this energy drink. I'm like, "Oh, this is cool." And he specifically is like, "I know that you guys do with Gnome stuff. He's a viewer, so hey Jesse, thank you." So he gives me this, and he also whips out something that he found in Romania, a Pepsi fucking twist. So
We've
Romanians,
been calling out to the world to give us
I
one,
know.
you know.
So yeah, so apparently they still have it over in Romania, and I was like, I gotta wait to do this, but I literally couldn't. I had to have it that night. I have been waiting literally like 20 years for another fucking Pepsi twist, and I had to taste it. And I mean, it was exactly like I remembered it.
What
I
if
need
in
to know.
Romania they have a secret Pepsi Twist factory?
I looked online. I was like, Romanian Pepsi. Like, I just can't, how can I ship this to me? Um,
Yeah, I think I would incur the cost.
yeah, I
Like,
really don't even care. Like $30 for a case of it. That perfect. Sounds all awesome. You know.
yeah.
But it literally was. So I was like, I have to report back. I wanted so bad to save it, but I could not. It was so good. It was exactly like I remembered it. I loved every second of it. So thank you, Jesse. That was the sweet. So whenever I talk about Pepsi Twist and when I think about it, it's literally what I think of. We would stop at Saddlebrook Grocery or gas station on the way to his grandpa's house. And I'd get a Pepsi Twist, and then we'd go fishing in a little pond behind his grandpa's house. And so that's what I always think of. So it was cool that he helped me get back to Pepsi Twist.
That was
But
nice.
yeah, so that's why I have hell, and I had a Pepsi Twist, and it was amazing. So I recommend if anybody can find one from Romania, snag it.
Um, I want to say, Twix, you don't have to say that this is artificial flavor.
Yeah,
I know that there's no real cookie dough in here,
you sure about that?
and I'm
Yeah,
pretty positive that this whole thing is artificial. Like,
yeah.
I'm I'm pretty sure there's nothing real
If
about
I
a
had to
Twix.
guess, even I even assume the chocolate is fake. You know what I mean? Like,
I mean, it's kind of like it's actually really good. I'm actually really enjoying the cookie dough flavor. So I will say it is good. But like
yeah.
as I was like holding it, it kind of just like fell apart and I just like got it all like deconstructed and now I'm like
Oh, that's kind of wild.
it's like science now, you
Yeah,
know.
cross sections.
Yeah.
Casey's a big cookie dough fan. I need to get those for her. I did try churros flavored Kit Kat, and that is literally the
Churro
best snack
Kit
I've ever
Kat.
had in my life. So I definitely recommend that.
Sometimes like Kit Kats are so iconic because it's like, you know, you snap them, whatever.
Yeah, give me
But
a break. Break me off a piece of that Kit Kat bar.
exactly. But there's something about a Twix that's like they're kind of the same thing when you
Uh,
really think about it. They're kind of similar.
nah, dude, Kit Kats are all wafery.
Yeah, but what is I have to dissect this again. You mean to tell me that bottom is not like just a wafer?
It's a cookie. It's different than a wafer. When you bite into a Kit Kat, it's and that's you know what I mean.
Are wafers just cookies? Aren't wafers a type of cookie?
I mean, yeah, I'm like choking on this hell. It's like sitting in the back of my throat like Tabasco sauce, just coating my esophagus with hell.
Is it spicy?
No, it's not spicy, but it just feels like a lot of ASMR in this one.
Yeah. We
So
didn't
yeah,
like we still have a whole fucking topic on this
I know.
thing.
Yeah, let's jump into this topic. I'm sorry I got us off track.
No,
I
no, no.
love that we're talking about treats and snackies, but
I
let's
think
dive in,
that
man.
I feel like we're just doing it right.
I'm sorry. Yeah, exactly. I'm sorry I was just totally living in the nature of the show and how we always do things.
Yeah,
My bad. My
I'm sorry
bad.
for performing the show.
All right, let's talk about this topic. What are we talking about today, D Swing?
Fictional pets.
Fictional,
Um,
yeah. My pecs are not fictional. They're fully stacked.
fictional pets. Captain America, because he got it from a bottle. There you
That's so true.
go.
Damn, Marvel
This
characters.
topic was brought to us by Noah. Noah, shout out to you for
Wow.
suggesting fictional pets. Um, but I feel like they're just so ingrained in media that we need to talk about them, but I feel like they don't get enough love, maybe, like why isn't there just a Wikipedia page just full of fictional pets?
Well, there is Dylan. Maybe not of all fictional pets, but specifically Disney does have there's a wiki of all sort of like Disney fictional pets. So
Okay.
it's kind of why I say there are those places out there.
I
Fandom
just
wikis, they're out there.
Yeah, but I mean like I need like
Like a
all
fictional pet
the
database.
exactly, and then categorized by like, all right, are they
Hmm.
real? Are they real based on real animals? They're all fictional, so I
Hmm.
can't say that. Like I can't say are they real or not. Are they based off real animals? Like Simba, okay, well he's not a pet.
He's not a pet, but
Damn.
is
Okay.
Zazu a pet? He's like, I guess, in the service of the
Yeah, no, I would say he's a free bird. No pun intended.
honey ladder. Um, yeah,
But
definitely.
like okay, Yoshi, right? Like
Yoshi's a
Yoshi's
pet.
not Yoshi's a fictional thing, but he's also a fictional pet. Like he's not a dog.
Hmm.
That's what I'm saying. I got totally off topic there, but I
No, I
mean,
mean
like, but
it's
I'm
true.
just
Yeah,
saying, like, we need a good list compiled where it's broken down into categories for me.
yes, that's a really good idea. We need like tiers of like who's a pet, who's a like a you know owned, and like yeah, there's all sorts of shit that we could do to like delineate what types of pets there are.
Yeah,
Because I was just thinking about like my favorite pets. You know what I mean? Like things like Hedwig, Harry Potter pets, and shit like that. You know what I mean?
yeah,
Magical things that you love that are creatures, but like Buckbeak, that is that a pet? That's like Hagrid's pet, but not really. You know what I mean?
yeah.
Um,
That is hard to quantify that,
mhm.
but like, okay, Brian Griffin from Family Guy, he's a pet, right? But also you don't like, but you never think of him as a pet because he's like he's a talking character, right? Like you only think of him as like the character he plays. You don't think of him as the Griffin's dog, which is really funny.
Yeah, but it is weird. I mean, he is their pet, and that's the whole shtick. Like that kind of comes into play sometimes. You're like, know your place, kind of a thing.
Yeah, that's true.
Um, but it was interesting how we are talking about like I guess like Disney pets earlier, and kind of you're talking about the Dr. Pepper logo. Logos just kind of being in the back of our minds. A lot of those like Disney pets, they're kind of there, and we just don't really think about them. I was thinking one from Moana, that the little pig Pua,
Mhm.
the best pet in any Disney movie, hands down. But he's in just like the first part of the movie, and that's it. And it's like,
I
what? Like,
I think Doug from Up is the best
I mean, yeah,
fictional
of
pet.
course, just like
Yeah.
adorable little pig guy, but sure.
Well, yeah, I agree. Adorable little pig, but I'm just saying, like Doug he's such a good character. Just in the same vein, Disney.
Totally agree. And yeah, I mean, it's like there's that, and that's why I did a lot of research. In the Disney movies, there's all sorts of lists of pets and stuff, and um, yeah, just pets are such an important part of like our lives as like humans, you know what I mean? Like we got cats and dogs and just sort of like companions, and it's just
It's
an
because
interesting tale.
when you like watch a movie or a show, whatever media property it is, you're always like, damn, that pet is cool. I wish I could have that one, you know? Is it like
Yes.
which
So
ones are like what are you gonna pick?
what a great segue, because I have a couple that I've never really seen as pets in any sort of things before. They're in movies, but they're not like someone's pet. Never seen a pet alligator, and you never seen a pet shark. And how badass would it be to have a little pet alligator that's like flipping, flopping around, you know? Or like a pet shark. It's hard because fish, you know, but like, I don't
Yeah,
know. Just give me a pet shark. I love sharks.
what's the James Bond movie where the guy has the shark in the tank and then they do it in Austin Powers? Does that
Yeah,
count?
I want sharks with freaking lasers on their heads.
What's the I think
Getting to it. Well, so there's Jaws.
not Jaws,
Yeah.
but there is a guy. It might be
Encounter shark tanks up close and live and let die.
Live and Let Die. Yeah, that's it.
Latterman,
He
last time sharks were used was a spy who loved me and licensed to kill.
it was yeah, Live and Let Die because he fights the guy in the shark
Mhm.
tank with like the
Well,
sharks there.
well, that's in Thunderball actually. That there's a shark in Thunderball too.
Well, I was thinking about the one where he like um the shark's there, but he feeds the guy the pill and then the guy like expands and then
Fans,
he goes up and
that's
blows.
that's Thunderball, I believe.
Pretty. Who's the bad guy in Live and Let Die? Dr. Kananga. Yeah, it's
So it is
Kananga.
live and let die.
Yeah, yeah,
I just there's a lot of scuba diving in Thunderball. That's why I thought
yeah.
about it. That's a goofy one. The '70s were just such a weird time.
I mean, yeah, definitely. Okay, back to
Man,
the.
anyway, but you know
I
what I mean?
mean,
Sharks would be awesome. Like if you had a little Disney movie that had like a shark pet.
yeah, that's true. That is very true. So, like, there are no alligators and sharks that we can think of, right? Someone will definitely comment, right, and be like,
Bring
"Oh
it
yeah,
on.
there's a shark," and whatever. But I mean, like, what about the rancor? Like,
I
it's a
mean, that's
pet.
Book of Boba Fett. No spoilers, but that is a pet.
Yeah, but I mean, it was Jabba's pet.
Jabba's pet. Yeah, I mean, like, well, you never see Jabba like like do anything with it. You know what I mean? So I don't know. It's just hard to feel like it's
We don't see him neglected and him beat him and stuff.
yeah. Well, but I mean, he's just like in a little shitty little cage.
Well, we
But his
do.
handlers are really
Yeah,
sad. Then when he gets killed, you know, that's my
yeah.
favorite part of Return of the Jedi.
I mean, see,
Oh
that
god,
guy was upset that a pet died. You
yeah.
know.
I mean, what's down there? Fucking Rancor? Like, I mean, you know.
So
Um,
the so we also have to talk about Gary the snail.
yeah, oh yeah, 100%. Like, just growing up with him, and like, he's just the most pure thing. And if anything ever happened to him, everybody would riot.
He is like he's not the moral compass, but he's just kind of like there to know that everything is like all,
Yeah,
all is well in the world.
exactly. That's he's like anchors, you know.
Yeah.
SpongeBob. SpongeBob did not have. I do believe this. If SpongeBob did not have Gary, he would be a fucking psychopath, murderer, or something, serial
Yeah.
killer. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
uh, I think there are so many people out there. It's like, man, if they just had like a pet, they would be such a better
Yeah.
person. You know, they
It's
teach
very
you
true.
so much about yourself and how to take care of things. Our cat Sammy, if we did not like have such a needy cat, I don't think there's any way we could have been like, you know what, I think we might be able to have a kid, because we essentially have this, you know, this child who needs so much attention. So it's like it teaches you how to care for things, and it helps you care for yourself. Because you're like, if I don't care for myself, I can't care for this thing. So I think SpongeBob would be a worse person if he didn't have Gary.
Definitely. Scooby Doo.
Oh my god! I mean, he's one of those rare cases where it's like he is clearly. It's like the Brian Griffin situation. Like he's clearly a pet, but he's really Shaggy's best friend.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But it's like, who's feeding him? Like Shaggy's buying all those stacks of sandwich meat. You know what I mean? Like
I want to
who's
know.
feeding him giant sandwiches?
I want to know how they're paying for all these giant
Are
sandwiches.
you kidding me? They hunt monsters and solve crimes, dude, and mysteries.
They definitely steal some of the cold cuts to make those
Oh,
sandwiches.
100%. You're sneaking through stuff. You don't open up the fridge and see what's going on.
What's what do you think is the like hardest like if they were if someone were to come by and drop them off at your doorstep and be like, "Hey, this is your pet now, and you gotta take care of it." Like, what's the one that's gonna be the most impractical? Like the one that's gonna
Dog.
be the what?
A dog. I cannot take that thing.
So just any fictional dog.
No, I mean, I would love to hear your example and then base mine off of that for sure.
I mean, like having a rancor would definitely be a
I mean,
problem.
yeah, that's a deal
But
breaker, but
then
I'm gonna make that work, right? Like I will clear out some space in my backyard. We're gonna figure that out.
I'm thinking like um the gremlins would definitely suck. I don't want like they got too many things to worry about, right? Like
And
if
you
you feed
can't
them,
feed them.
yeah,
Yeah,
you can't get
you
them wet. Like they have a list of things that if you don't adhere by them, then the world practically ends. So I don't want that on my plate. But I can't do that. The pure size of Appa from Avatar: The Last Airbender, that's a problem. I mean, the convenience of being able to fly wherever you go would
yeah.
be absolutely sick, but where am I parking this thing? I do not have a flying bison spot anywhere around my apartment. Shout out to the wolves for Game of Thrones.
Yeah, absolutely, direwolf would be the most impractical pet. That's a dog. That's also a wolf.
Yeah, but they
Like,
were very well trained, so I wouldn't be
yeah,
worried about
okay.
that.
Who's gonna train them? Raise
I
them from
said
pups to
I'm just under the mindset that I'm getting them as like
pre-trained.
yeah,
Someone
yeah.
drops a pet off at your door. Yeah, elephant would suck really bad. But it would also be awesome because I would teach mine to paint.
You would
You
teach
ever
an
see that
elephant
like
to
elephants
paint?
painting, and you're like, man, elephants are
Yeah.
smart. You ever seen elephants painting? They can literally paint themselves.
Yeah, I've seen an elephant paint before.
I don't know why that just sounded like a really fun, like, yeah, man, I've seen an elephant paint before. Okay,
It sounded like you were threatening me. Like, have you ever seen it? I was like, yeah, man, I've seen an elephant paint. Like, what a
how
weird thing
fucking
to,
dare you?
it was to me, I was like, what a weird thing to get upset about.
It's more like, I'm just incredulous. I just want you to make sure that you've seen that.
Honey, what's wrong? You haven't touched your dinner. You didn't know that elephants could paint.
uh, it reminds me though. My dad recently, when he was babysitting, you saw him. He had no idea that we worked together. That was funny. I was like, "What is wrong with you?" Um, yeah, I just think it's funny because like I think sometimes how ineffectual like pets are. Like I kind of was talking about that with like the Disney ones. Like some of those, it's like they're just to be pets. I'm curious what you think the most like useful pet is in some of these things. Like coming to mind for me is like Sven from Frozen.
Yeah. So, I mean, any one of them that can talk makes it instantly better. If you want to get wild and consider Pokemon pets, that's super useful.
They're totally pets.
I think Salem from the Sabrina, the Teenage Witch. That would be a fun
Man, I
one.
didn't even think about that. That's a great
Yeah,
one.
it would be a fun one to have. I feel like that would
Sarcastic little
be
cat.
yeah, exactly. He talks, I feel like that would be a really good one and a more practical one, like a beneficial one. Dog meat from Fallout, perfect, you know.
Amazing.
Um, yeah, I mean, like Brian from Family Guy would be great, like just hanging out with
Hedwig,
Hedwig, and yeah, Hedwig.
the life
A
saving,
lot,
you know, I'm just
a lot of the Harry Potter um animals in there are super like great ideas for this topic, like
but Peter Pettigrew, right? I mean,
yeah, that's true.
spoilers,
I
but
mean, yeah, that's
his rat is Scabbers. You know, I mean, imagine it like
yeah,
imagine what
the
would be the most
heartbreak.
upsetting, yeah, thing if your pet turns out to be just a dickhead.
Yeah, I don't think we ever really talked about how traumatic that was probably for Ron. Like
He's
this
like, I was your
whole
rat.
yeah.
And you're like,
Didn't
that's
he didn't
fucked up,
he
man.
didn't he say like you see me shower or something like that? Isn't that a line?
Not in the movies.
But
But
like
yeah,
I mean,
essentially, like my cats have seen me do some weird shit, man. Like I'm like not even talking. It doesn't. Let's just get rid of all the sex stuff they've probably seen, but like, you know what I mean? Like I've done some like weird, goofy shit that's like, hey, you're not gonna tell anybody I just did that, right? Like,
yeah, the amount of times that I use my bare feet to like pick up items, like my
yeah,
dog, like if if I had a pet around that could talk and tell people I did that, that'd be so
yeah.
embarrassing.
I'm just walking through the house like, and they're like, what?
Yeah,
But they're just like, yeah, what's going on? You having fun?
yeah, exactly.
But then, yeah, if Sammy all of a sudden was just like, I'm a human, I'd be like, oh, fuck, listen, okay, let's
Yeah.
have a conversation about things you can mention to people and things you can't.
Stitch, Lilo and Stitch, I think is an awful idea. I don't want
Yeah.
that kind of thing.
Alien pets at all?
Alien pets now. Crypto the Superdog, does that count?
It does
As
count
in,
as an alien, yes, someone who was born on a different planet.
yeah, true. I don't know. There's got to be other like alien pets. I guess a Rancor would be an alien pet, but
But not to anybody that lives on Tatooine.
yeah, that's so true. Or Rancors even indigenous to Tatooine? We don't
That also
know.
sounds like a catchphrase. Like our Rancor's even indigenous to Tatooine. If if you catch my drift, if you smell what I'm stepping in, like
What about Snoopy from the Peanuts?
Snoopy from the Peanuts. My sister is a huge Peanuts fan and loves Snoopy. I've had Miss Snoopy and Snoopy as dogs. You know what I mean? Like it's just we're big Snoopy stands in our family.
The only problem if you have Snoopy though is you never know when he's going to become the Red Baron, and I feel like that's just not a good idea. We
Never
don't
mind.
need
And
we don't
I'm
need
not saying the
another
Red
Nazi.
Baron was a Nazi, but if he was still alive in 1942, like he's gotta be a Nazi.
I'm just saying, like, where was Snoopy on 9/11?
Probably dead. Yeah, agreed. Um, man, that took a weird, crazy turn.
I
Birds.
mean,
I do think birds would be. I've had bird pets, but like
have you
something about
actually
them.
had a bird as a pet?
Yeah, we've had birds as kids. We had another bird, Woodstock. Obviously, another Peanuts reference. Big Peanut family.
How how awful was it to own
Another bird.
one?
I mean, birds were cool. It was actually really awesome to have birds. Now that I think about it, bird might be nice, but they do shit a lot. So if you give me an owl and I'm like picking up human-sized owl shit, it's like no, thank you.
Will had a his I don't want to say he. So his dad got a cockatoo, and his name was Kramer, and that thing sucked. He was so he was such a
did he?
dick.
Did he ever say the N word?
No, but he would tell you to shut up. He would. He'd be like, "Shut
That's
up."
rude. That's terrible.
I know. He'd be like, "Shut up, Kramer." That thing. He sucked.
What's the worst? Is that the worst pet that you've ever been like, man, that was awful? Yeah, I mean, like the worst pet you've
um,
ever come across.
I don't know. You come around some like people who just don't know how to handle or like train a cat or a dog, right? So then like you go over to their house and then they're like, respective pet is just like destroying your clothes or whatever, or like just all over you. And you're like, I did not ask for this, right? So I mean, like it just really depends on who's training them, really. I mean, Kramer like was um like he got it from someone, and the people like I don't know why, but they were like I think they were just like an old couple and they just had the bird because I remember Will's dad invited them to the house for Will's high school graduation so they could see the bird, and it was like very weird, and Will was like, "Why is this going on?"
Hey, so I know it's your very important high school graduation, so I decided to just
Bring the
invite two random
bird's
people.
owners, original owners back. Yeah.
That's that's the weirdest fucking thing I've ever heard, to be honest with you.
I need Will to confirm that for me, but I'm like
Yeah.
90% sure because I was there. I was at the party. I just, but yeah, I don't know. How about you? Like any bad
No, I mean,
experiences?
I honestly, they're most of the pets I've come across are fine. It's just like anybody, yeah, that like just doesn't know how to handle the dog, and at least it's like if my pet or something, it's like you can only do so much with X. Like a cat is gonna cat. That just is what it is. But like if I see my cat doing something annoying, I'm gonna be like, stop doing this, cat. Like I'm gonna address that situation. And that's what I always hate, or people just like, nah, whatever. Like they're not, it's like you're letting your kid run loose and they're like shitting in the floor. Like you need to address that situation. So it's like pet owners that like don't actively try and rectify a situation is always like that's annoying to me.
Yeah, I think it's always like, nah, he's fine. Like, no, he's not. Like, he's not fine. He's annoying the shit out of everyone right
Yeah.
now. Like, what are you doing?
That's one of my favorite tropes is like the dog is like snarling and like snapping at somebody's like,
Yeah.
oh, he doesn't bite, you
Yeah,
know.
exactly. Yeah. Like, yeah, the snake is totally friendly. No, he's a snake.
My buddy Piercy, who I just recently saw, has pet snakes. He was like, "Do you want to see him attacking mice?" And I was like, "Kind of." It's
No,
terrifying, but
no, it is terrifying. Um,
you can't
was
yuck somebody's yum, you know.
oh, I absolutely can.
Oh, I do, and I will.
Winnie the Pooh, Christopher Robin's pet, is he? I don't think so. I think he belongs to the Hundred Acre Woods. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I mean, he's a free bear, you know. It just is what it is.
Yeah. I mean, he doesn't wear pants. How more free could he be?
I always love seeing that the Mickey Mouse thing where it's like he cut off his shirt top and gave it to Pooh, and he's just wearing like the pants.
Because he's got the red bottoms. Yeah,
Yeah.
that is funny. What about Garfield?
Garfield's a pet. Garfield would be a shitty pet because he's just such an asshole. But
Yeah, but do you know why he's such an asshole? Is because he loves his owner.
yeah, well, it's just cats, man. which is what it is. So they're just kind of.
But like he hates Mondays because that's when his owner has to go to work.
Oh my God, that's so sad. He loves lasagna because John took the time to make each layer delicious for him. What was John's last name?
Smith. No, I don't know.
Arbuckle.
Is it
I'll never
actually
forget that. Yeah, it is actually Arbuckle.
Garfield Arbuckle? That's his full name? That sucks. Get a new name, Garfield. I'm just wondering, like, why Garfield for the name of the cat? You
Well,
know?
he took his name and personality from Davis's grandfather, James A. Garfield.
Okay. That makes sense. Wait, James A. Garfield? So his
James A.
grandfather?
Garfield Davis. So Jim Davis. Yeah. So his yeah, so cartoonist Jim Davis. Muncie, Indiana. I had no idea.
Jim
Took his
Davis.
name and personality from Davis's grandfather, James A. Garfield Davis, whom he described as a large, cantankerous man. The name John Arbuckle came from a 1950s coffee commercial. So
Fatty Arbuckle.
I'll just never forget John Arbuckle. Like that just to me is always such a goofy name.
The just the thing it's like kind of a funny, I guess that this is a totally like up like out there conversation, but the fact that his name is Garfield is interesting to me because it's so like I think we think of the cat more than we think of the president. And it's like, okay, well, was there anything else at that time? Like, I don't know. It's just a homage to your grandfather, which is nice. It
But
just seems like it would be more of a thing than it is, something as iconic and like
yeah,
everlasting. I
yeah,
guess.
you ask anybody in America, Garfield, like, oh yeah, the cat was like, well, I was actually talking about the president. Like, oh, well, we had you know what I mean? Like,
Yeah, exactly.
I can recite the fucking presidents, maybe, but like, you know what I mean?
Oh, I
Average
can't.
Joe shit fucker can't, you know? So
I
I just
cannot.
really like I like civics and social studies. So what are you
I
doing?
never had to in school, like memorize them. Did you?
Oh yeah, yeah.
Really? That's interesting.
Singing songs, the preamble. I still know the preamble of the Constitution.
I mean, that's just Schoolhouse Rock.
That is true. Hello, welcome to my child's forehead. We just like I said, we just got to do what we got to do right here. Okay, that just is what it is.
Doing it live.
Um, so yeah, so I do love Odie though as a pet. I think he is one of the most like Garfield's always pulling shit, but Odie's always like, listen here, you motherfucker. John's gonna come home, and he doesn't need your bullshit. So I just always liked Odie.
It's true.
Who? Yeah. What we we need to do? I have an idea. I got some ideas depending on what we land on over here.
Okay.
Spinning this wheel, but putting some rankings of dogs is really what we need to have. Like, what's the best fictional dog in your mind? You know what I mean? Like have like a shootout.
Yeah, I can shoot out. Obviously, there's Brian, there's Dogmeat, there's Scooby, there's Crypto the Super Dog, Ace the Bat Hound, there's Wishbone, too, which is we haven't
Yeah.
mentioned Wishbone.
Yeah.
Actor extraordinaire. He's
Yeah.
he always had the different costumes and stuff,
Mm-hmm.
which was fun. Um, then you got Airbud. Did I say Airbud? That's a big one to talk
Yeah.
about. Airbud, he was great at so many sports. Obviously, it was a different dog each time, but
Was it? You
I
sure
don't
about
know that. I can't
that?
confirm.
Not up here. Not up here, was it?
Yeah, the headcanon is Airbud is just a
So
fucking.
there is an awesome dog in Ernest Scared Stupid. We're back here, okay? I think it's ram shot, isn't there? Rim shot, rim job, something like that.
Where are you going?
So yeah, but I'm pretty sure like it was the wishbone, the same like kind of dog, right? Um,
Yeah.
that's what made me think of actually.
There's Beethoven. There's Clifford the Big Red Dog. There's Pluto. Um, Slinky Dog from Toy Story don't really count, but they do. He did what he does is kind of treat him like his dog.
Yeah, like he's like the group dog.
Yeah.
Um, rim shot is in Ernest Scared Stupid and Ernest Goes to Jail. And he is Ernest's dog, so I'm throwing him in there. He's just so cute. Oh my god.
There's Toto from Wizard of Oz.
Yeah, Africa.
Yeah.
Bless the rains down in Kansas.
Doug from Up. We said that one. I mean, there's Pongo from 101 Dalmatians.
Yeah.
Bolt from Bolt.
Yeah.
The dogs from Homeward Bound.
Oh man, yes.
Gromit, Wallace and Gromit too.
That's a great
He's a
one.
good boy. What a good boy.
Yeah.
Very, very good boy.
The best boy though, Courage the Cowardly Dog.
Courage the Cowardly Dog. Oh my god. How are we not going to mention our boy?
I know. I mean, he's legit. How many of these people were voiced by Tom Kenny or Joe DiMaggio?
Hercules from Sandlot.
Hercules.
Mushu
Dude,
also. Mushu's good. Eddie Murphy. Sorry.
Yeah.
Mushu would be a good one.
A good pet. I was confused that he's not a dog.
Yeah. I'm sorry.
I'm with you 100%. I was just like, wait, was he?
I was going off of Eddie Murphy, not dogs.
From Sandlot? Where's
Oh
Eddie
my
Murphy?
god. Jake the dog.
Jake the dog
dog.
is, but that's the thing. He is 100% not a pet. He's a roommate. He's a brother. That is literally, and if anything, Finn is like Jake's pet.
Maybe I got
What?
Great Santa's Little Helper from Simpsons.
Oh my god, yeah, that's a good one.
Little greyhound guy.
Itchy and Scratchy aren't pets, but I mean, technically, I guess they are.
They were on TV,
Like,
right? They were the
yeah.
Itchy.
It's kind of like Tom and Jerry. We never see their owners, but you know they're pets. Well, Jerry is a pet.
Tomcat. Tomcat, yeah. He's the pet. Jerry the mouse is not a pet, yeah.
Maybe Jerry is Tom's pet if you think about it.
Itchy and Scratchy was a show. I don't think they were actual pets, though.
It's like Tom and Jerry. In their show, they certainly had owners, right? So it's like super meta.
I mean, I guess I think that was just like a layer too deep for me because it's a show inside a show, and I wasn't thinking past that.
I'm saying in their show. Oh. Audience, child audience. Yeah, I mean, these are amazing pets, and it's like I said, like literally from the moment you turn on a TV, you're gonna be subjected to fictional pets.
All right, I'm gonna give you Sophie's choice. You have to pick one.
Okay.
Out of all of the any of the ones we mentioned and maybe not have mentioned.
Marry, fuck, kill.
No.
All
which
right,
which one are you taking? Which one are you keeping as a pet?
Okay. Out of all of those that we just mentioned?
Any of the ones we mentioned.
anyone's right now, like from literally the start of our conversation to now.
Exactly.
God, oh.
Because after this, we're moving to the
we
wheelie
just
day.
we just mentioned so many.
Yeah, I know.
All right, I've got mine. The
Okay.
Rancor.
You go with the
Like I said, I'm figuring it out. I don't care. I did dogs are a lot of work, but I just feel like that Rancor was fine in a dark hole somewhere.
You don't
Throw
have a
it on a
dark hole to
goat.
put it in.
Oh, that's what you think, my friend. I know otherwise.
There's no way that you could have a Rancor. What are the permits on the Rancor?
Oh, ain't nobody knowing. Okay, who come and check my permit? It's in the backyard in a dark hole. Let me just go on down there. The permit's on a table down in this dark hole. Go grab it.
You have to go dig a dark hole in your backyard.
Like I said, I will make it work. I will call 811 before I dig, and I will make it work. And
I
I'll
think
dig
you
a
just
big hole because I'm allowed to do that. And then if anybody wants to come check my permits, I have free food for my Rancor.
I think you just tie up to the giant tree in your yard. I think your problem is solved there.
Maybe that one on the right I could do. Um, but I mean, it just really doesn't matter, you know, because I mean, it's like, well, okay, people keep disappearing here, so we kind of got to do an investigation. Like, well, just go check in my backyard, and then it literally is just a free stream of food for a giant Rancor.
Are you saying you're killing people for your Rancor?
Like I said, I'm gonna make it work. How far do you make the lie go? You know what I mean? Like,
I
eventually, it's gonna reach a point where something's got to happen. Either I give up my Rancor or somebody gets eaten.
I think
So that's
you
my
just
bad.
gotta let your Rancor do whatever, and then you can be like, I didn't tell him to do that. Like, he's a Rancor, dude. I didn't ask him.
I didn't ask for this. I took care of this guy. That's also a new catchphrase. Like, you just got to let your Rancor do what it's gonna do, man. These are all
Uh,
so very specific.
I'm not the I'm not the stepdad to the Rancor. I'm the dad who stepped up to the Rancor.
I'm not this Rancor's father, but I'm his daddy. That's the secret. My daughter Natalie is going to grow into a Rancor. This is
Oh
just a
my
baby
god,
Rancor.
that would be insane. I
See, watch.
so who am I picking? I don't know. That's the thing. Is I think I think I might just pick Yoshi. I honestly like
He's so
Yo.
cool. He's like, it's not a bad one.
Do you think if Yoshi shit in your house, you'd be upset? Because that thing is so cute, and he just says his name. He just says Yoshi, and you're like,
Yoshi,
fuck, damn, that thing is so cute.
and
You
what's he
can't do
gonna
anything
shit?
bad.
An egg? Like an egg
Yeah,
that's probably made
he'll
of
just
chocolate and
throw it.
happiness?
He'll just throw it away. That's
He'll
fine.
swallow it and shoot it in the garbage can.
Oh my god.
You can also ride Yoshi, which is amazing that I didn't really consider. Like I would have to train and to ride
Dude,
a Rancor.
he can jump and like kind of like flutter in the air too. Man, the applications on a Yoshi.
Yeah.
They're just, they're just endless.
I kind of blanked a little bit, and all I could think of was just Rancor, Rancor, Rancor. But yeah, no, Yoshi is absolutely the choice to make there.
Honorable mention, Bloodwing from Borderlands.
Oh man, Natalie totally agrees.
Yeah.
Yes, dog meat from Fallout.
Dog meat, yeah, definitely.
The
It was
most
definitely
character.
it was definitely between Yoshi and Doug from Up for me. Because I mean, being able to talk to your dog is probably the coolest thing to ever like be conceived. But Yoshi, I mean, I mean, it's
I feel like Yoshi can talk, right? Yoshi can theoretically drive a car.
that's true. We didn't even think about these things.
I know.
Yoshi
Um,
is so talented. He can play tennis too, dude.
Jesus, he might not be able to have a conversation with you, but he definitely understands. You know what I
I
mean?
think that's even better.
Exactly.
I don't need to talk to him. I just need him to listen. He just needs to listen to me. Would you want a tiger as a pet? Like Raja from Aladdin?
No, I wouldn't.
No.
I have a 20-pound cat named Sammy, and he's a fucking handful. Yeah, I
Oh,
just legitimately
man.
couldn't imagine having like a giant cat that would just like shit in a giant litter box.
Yeah, that's true. I'm not sure if you even need a litter box for a tiger. That's the thing.
Cats love shitting in sand, man. That's just it's the easiest way to cover it up. So yeah, you would 100% need that. And they would jump on shit, but I couldn't get it down. I couldn't like pick a tiger up and like stop eating people's
Yeah.
faces. Like Sammy will eat pizza out of your mouth, but a tiger will eat your mouth. So
I man, I'm finding some more ones that I'm really upset that I didn't think of before. But Blue from Blue's Clues. That was good.
there too, that was a really interesting conversation on fictional pets. I really thoroughly love it. And what a great topic. Thank you, Noah, for shouting that out. Yeah. So do you think we should try and spin the wheel?
Let's spin the wheel. Let's see what the god of the wheel, William Daniel, has for us today.
William Daniels. You'll notice we have some changes to the wheel. We have added a couple spaces, kind of done some things like, the same. We're only going to spin it a couple times per show, maybe once, maybe twice. And so we'll just see how this works. All right, Dylan, I'm going to spin.
Tell me what
We've
it
got
is.
All right, it is currently sitting on Fight Night. Oh my god. Oh, that went terribly.
It sounded like it just rolled away.
It did. It
It
literally did.
did.
Okay, here we go. All right. All right, I've got it. We're going to see what happens. King for a day.
King for a day.
Yep, we're on King for a day.
Oh my god. Trying to think out of like we've had a break, and so we have to think of like what we would do. Is there anything that's like been on your mind lately? Okay.
You really want to know? If I were king for a day. Yeah, I'm getting there. If I were king for a day, I would basically make sure that everyone had a livable wage and no one would have to have a fucking office job. I would make sure that there was if things were in place where people wanted to work, that there was a mandatory 4-day work week. I'd make sure that no corporations could ever fucking do anything to anybody, and I would fucking I would figure it out. I would figure it out, but I would make sure that nobody had to subject themselves to working for money ever again. If I
Yeah,
were
but
king of the entire world.
I think that's implied in our kingdomship though. in our in our in our reign that's not even gonna be a thing.
Yeah,
We don't
yeah.
even need to worry
No.
in our kingdom.
Humans were made to procreate and, and attempt to procreate and to create. That's just what we were made to do. And all this other bullshit. Listen, aliens they're real, man, and we're the bombshell's about to drop, and aliens about to be like, listen, we're just trying to see what y'all are about. And the second you guys figure out world peace, you know what I mean? Like, if people didn't have jobs, there'd be world peace. Nobody'd ever be pissed off. So I don't know. That's fine. What about you, Dylan?
Um, I think we need to outlaw Subway, the restaurant, just all together. I think I'm done. I think as a king, we're taking away Subway as a whole establishment. Yeah. I did it.
like
Sorry,
like the sub
guys.
sandwich restaurant.
Yeah, the sub sandwich restaurant. I'm sorry, guys, but I had to do it. I think we're done here, and I'm gonna tell you why. It's got to be that tuna thing. I don't. There's no way that actually has tuna in it. And the fact that they're even allowed to sell food next to that tuna is then that's fucking an abomination, dude. I don't even know what is going on.
My mom loves that tuna.
Oh my god.
Where am I going to give gift cards to send my mom? Thank you. If I don't have a job besides being king, I'm just going to make her a tuna salad sandwich. Like it's just what I'm going to do.
Yeah, but not from Subway. You're gonna make
That's what
her
I'm
what?
saying. I
Yeah,
was
yeah, no.
saying you
Yeah, yeah,
can't
yeah.
do that, but then I'm like, well, you can because you're king for a day.
I'm king, dude. What are you gonna do about it?
But like, I don't know. You ever like on a road trip, man? You're just like driving. You're like, I just got to get some fucking Subway at this gas station. That just is what it is.
No, not especially not at a gas
There's just
station.
like a couple times where I'm just like, man, I just have to have Subway. Like that's all that will satisfy my craving.
I don't
And
know.
you're taking that away from me.
There's just something like about Subway where it's like the negative symbiosis thing where like they just kind of like fall into random places and then just like kind of like take over and then it's just like they're the entity anymore. Like gas station subways no longer become gas stations or something like that. I don't know. I'm
Like
making this
they
up,
take
but
over, and yeah, it's no longer. It could be 13 different gas stations, but like you'll always. Yeah, I
yeah,
totally
exactly.
understand that. I do have to tell a story about Subway. One time, me and Casey went to a Subway, and I don't know if this is the guy's like first week on the job, but it just really felt like two scenarios. Either he had robbed this Subway and had tied the employees up in the back and had to make us sandwiches, or he was an alien inside of a human's body and had to make us a sandwich.
I like the people are tied up in the back
That's
one.
exactly what it felt like. He was like he was in the back. He was like, oh, and he had to make us sandwiches. And then Casey was like, she's never like a big, huge fan of mayonnaise. She's like, I just want a little bit of mayonnaise. So he gets just a little bit of mayonnaise and it's out. So he goes back in the back and he is gone for way too long, like just too
He
long to
heard
have eaten.
he heard too many murmurings. He had to go slap
Yeah.
someone.
So exactly. So then he comes back with fresh mayonnaise, gives her more mayonnaise, even though the first amount was totally perfect, gives her more mayonnaise and goes, that's not enough mayonnaise. I'm gonna do you right. Squirts even more fucking mayonnaise on this sandwich. And she was so disappointed. And honestly, I swear to God, I don't think we've got Subway like maybe one time since then.
That's true
Yeah,
NPC behavior right
it
there.
was
That is true.
100%. Like,
That is you walking through GTA and you go into the Cluckin' Bell, and then that's something that
yeah.
the staff would do there or something like that. That's definitely NPC behavior.
Do you want to be Carl or do you want to be the Cluck and Bell staff? That's what I'm saying.
That's yeah.
Did
That's a
Carl have
good
a
question.
job? No way. Carl did not have a job. CJ was just trying to make it on that damn train. He was just trying to follow that train, and he did. And yeah,
You
that's
know what they say? Oh shit, here we go again.
would you, if Natalie was king for a day, would you ban poopy diapers?
I mean, how can she ban them if she's producing them? You
She
know,
loves it. That's her favorite thing. We like to call it Dirty Dan. So if we get one, we're Dirty Dan for the day.
you're not Pinhead Larry. Not Pinhead.
All right, yeah. So that was pretty good king for the day. Would you like to spin the wheel again?
Yeah,
What do
let's
you
do it.
think? All right. All right. We have got our GoPro going. Natalie, which do you want to hold the GoPro? That would be incredibly helpful. Okay, she said yeah. Hydrate. We got to hydrate. I'm gonna take my final sip of my hell, and it was really good. Really, really decent, decent fan of it. I think it was fantastic.
Think
How was
if
your Dr. Pepper's?
you I think it's really good. I think we need to know tomorrow if you're finding hair in random places that were not before.
100%. I can literally already feel my taint filling up with hair as we speak. Because we all know that's where taint hair comes from, is from hell. Also, Natalie has totally got this GoPro and she's fascinated with it. So that's going to be some great footage. One more time.
One more time.
One more
One
time.
more time,
One
my
more
friend.
spin. Wheelie Dan. Good to see you, buddy. It's hydrated again. Fuck that. Oh man, music Rex. What a good one to end on there, D Swing.
Music racks. What a
Have
way to
you
end.
listened to any music recently?
Um, I have been listening to, um, excuse me, Slaughter Beach Dog.
Ooh,
Slaughter Beach.
Beach Dog.
Yeah. Recommend the song Acolyte.
Well, I'm gonna go look that up right now. That's amazing. What a great band name, first of all.
Yeah, right.
Um, I forgot I'm not
No longer
there. I'm
king.
not king anymore. I really do want to recommend. I know I talked to you about this the other day. The new Foo Fighters album, the most recent one. But here we are. The whole thing is just really good. It's a lot of exploration about Taylor Hawkins' death. So
What's the third best song on the album?
third best. All right. First best is Under You. Second best is Rest. Third best, maybe The Teacher. Maybe
Okay,
their single Rescued. You've probably heard Rescued on the radio.
probably.
Yeah. Yeah. And that's always interesting. I'm noticing a lot of bands do that. They're not releasing the song. You know what I mean? They're releasing like the third best song. You know what I mean? Because it's like, and I think I understand that as a musician. Like,
You want people to go
okay,
in
yeah,
and
you
you
want them
want to
to be
draw people, yeah,
hyped enough, but
to
you don't
find the
want the
real
single
one.
to be the best one. You know what I
Yeah,
mean?
you want to pull people in and be like, oh shit, this is the good song.
Yeah.
Like, this is why I tuned in.
But I would thoroughly recommend Under You. It's just such a like fun little poppy jaunt that's like it's good, but it's also about getting over trauma and shit, and that's what I'm all about, man.
Well, you can be all about it, but we don't want you to have any more trauma, you know?
I'm all about getting out from under it, you know.
Yeah,
So
yeah, for
definitely
sure.
awesome. Well, thanks for bearing with me, and my child. Welcome to Wicked Gnome, and welcome to my child.
I was trying to think
Cameron.
of
It's great to be back.
I was trying to think of a bear pun because you said bearing with us, and then I was trying to think of a bear pet that we didn't name.
We didn't
Um,
even talk about bear pets.
I know bear pets are cool. Can't even name one.
There is a bear in Live and Let Die. There's the and when he does the clown stuff,
Um,
he
yeah,
dressed up the clown on the train. There's a bear in there somewhere, but there, that would be an amazing pet.
yeah.
Bears,
I mean, they're
alligators,
huge.
sharks,
Yeah.
and they're vicious.
What about a gorilla?
In the Great, there's the bear pet.
The great, yeah, that's
Yeah,
yeah, yeah, that is true. Totally forgot about that.
man, what a good talk about fictional pets. I hope everybody takes care of their pets and cherishes
Whether
them.
they're real or fictional, take care of
Yeah.
them.
I have 13 imaginary horse pets in my head.
Oh my god. Horses? Oh my god. Are they zebras or are they horses?
No, if you hear hoof prints, it's a giraffe.
That's true. What if it's a donkey? Ooh, oh my god. There's so many things with hooves.
Yeah, that's what's in my head. Just 13 different hoofed animals: a deer, an elk, a moose, a cow, an ox.
A bison,
Oh, yeah, duh.
a
Clearly.
cow as
I'm
a
so
regular
hungry right now that we're talking about this for some reason.
beef.
It's what's for dinner.
That's true.
Beef, if you're out there, sponsor us.
This episode was brought to you by beef.
The dirty diapers. This episode was brought to you. Let's talk about today's sponsor,
Dirty Dan.
Dirty Dan. Awesome. D Swing, do you have an amazing outro for us?
No, I don't. I do not have an outro as up because I have as the intro. It
You
would
know,
be. I guess I have to do that now too.
I mean, you have to, but we always know how we end these episodes.
That's true.
Smooth your fucking brain, boys.
Smoothie brain.
Smoothie Brain Smoothies, we love you so much. Thank you for being patient with us. And we will, try Dr. Pepper cream soda and give hell a shot if you're ever in Romania. It absolutely wired me up to a battery.
That sounds like a slogan on the back of a shirt. Give hell a shot. Yeah.
Oh, awesome. Like I said, keep your eye open for more content from us, and then we'll be in all the places. We're doing the whole video thing, but we're also going to be releasing these as audio podcasts as well. So that's a thing to stay tuned for.
We're gonna be doing these kind of like a la carte, kind of as we
Yeah.
go, just kind of picking and choosing what fits our schedule best. I got a wedding to plan for. Kenny has a child. We're busy people.
Yeah, as you clearly see this recording, she's here. So I mean, we just gotta go, do what you gotta do. And that's what I would say to all of you out there. Just do what you gotta do, man. Just let your rancor run free. Rank permit collector. It's what's for dinner.
It kind of sounded like let your freak flag fly, but it's like let your rancor flag fly. I don't know. It doesn't
100%.
go. It
I'm
doesn't
flying a
work, but
rancor
as
flag.
it doesn't work as good as what you said. I'm just saying that's
You
what
come to
it
my
feels
house and on my door, you're like, "Is that an LGBTQ plus flag?" I'm like, "No, that is a
like.
rancor flag."
Rancor, that is a negative. You have a beware of rancor sign.
That would be so good.
I'm gonna have to get that for you. I'm gonna make
Yes,
that and get
that's
that for you.
100%. We gotta have shirts so we can know media. Beware of the rancor, and we'll get sued so hard.
Yeah, we will.
Oh man, awesome! All right, Smoothies, thank you for tuning in. We love you. We know you. Smooth your brains. Say like and
Smoothie brain.
subscribe to all our stuff. We appreciate you.
Smooth your brain.